everyone. Here we are for the practice set of lesson 102, tenths and hundredths on a number line. Our first one is letter A. It says Mackenzie jumped over a bar that was 167 centimeters high. How many meters high was the bar? So we have 167 centimeters. How many meters? We know that each meter is 100 centimeters. So we take our 167 centimeters and we put a decimal point for 167 centimeters is 1 meter and 67 hundredths. And don't forget to label. Okay, our letter B, they want you to identify this point on a number line, and they want it written as a decimal number and as a mixed number. And so looking at this, we see that it is 5 and 5/10 in decimal form, and we also write it in fraction form, 5 and 5/10. Same holds true for letter C, and that is 6 and 8/10. And we convert that over to a mixed number of 6 and 8/10. D, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. That lets us know it is 7 and 4/10. And we write it as a fraction of 7 and 4/10. Now, E is a little trickier because we have this point 4, we have the whole number 4 and the whole number 5. And looking at the number line, we see that these are not done in tenths, but they're done in hundredths. Why do they do this to us? But if you count carefully, you'll be fine. We go to the number 4, we count in our tick marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know if there are 100 parts here, we know that our fraction number is going to be over 100. So we say 4 and 5/100ths as a mixed fraction. However, how would we write this as a decimal number? I want you to think about it for a minute. When we've had 7/10, we've taken, and we've got to be very careful with this, where we put our decimal. Put our decimal, and then we think about 5/100ths. We're not working with tenths like we had up here. So we put a 0 in our tenths, and then we put a 5 in the hundredths section of our decimal. So 4 and 5/100ths, 4 and 5/100ths. Let's try letter F. We count this in, and after counting, this is 4, we know that it's going to start off with 4 and 44/100ths. The fraction form is going to be 4 and 44/100ths. Our last one on this tricky set, I actually like to count back because I know that this is 100, 99, 98, 90. This is right here. As I'm counting backwards, it is 4, this is G, sorry, 4 and 95/100ths, and 4 and 95 Now, for the problem of H, it says to locate the number 6 8/10 on a number line and round to the nearest whole number. Thankfully, we have this all ready. So I'm going to find 6 8/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, they've already done this for us. Right here, we located on our number line. What would it be rounded to? What's closest? You can see this is pretty obvious. The closest number is 7 for whole numbers. I, they want us to round 4 and 44 hundredths, which is right here, to the nearest whole number. Now, because it is not greater than, it's less than the 5 or the 50 over 100, we round it down, and so it rounds to 4. The last two. Locate 4 and 4/10 on the number line and round to the whole number. Look at your book. It holds true again. 4 and 4/10 still rounds to 4. And finally, yay, we're almost here. Estimate the sum of 6 8/10 and 5 9/10. I do this in the grocery store all the time. We know that 6 8/10, we would round that up. See, in fact, I'm going to do, well, we know that we would round that up to the number 7. 5 9/10, we would round to the number 6, and our estimate is 13. And there you have it, the practice set. Thank you for your hard work, and I wish you well on the full 30. Take care.